Hi, Andrew from SACS. This is video number 12 in our 12 video sequence about neurodivergence at work. And in this one, what we're doing is we're talking about how to monitor the well-being of employees. Specifically, we're talking about people with neurodivergency, but this works for other employees as well. SACS offers wellbeing and productivity surveys which measure a range of different things. It measures people's attitudes to their job, their team, their leader, and their organisation. It's important to measure those four things because for a person to have true well-being at work, they've got to be happy with their job, they've got to be happy with their team, they've got to be happy with their leader, their immediate leader. And the organisation, it's good to work in a company that you think is a good company, but that's only about 20% of people's well-being. 80% of people's well-being comes from the immediate team that they belong to. Now, if a person is neurodivergent, or anybody else for that matter, what's the challenge if the things aren't working out optimally? Is it the job, or is it the team, or is it their immediate leader? Knowing that kind of stuff can be really powerful. And it's also useful to measure 6 specifics in respect of their well-being. One is engagement. So engagement is a really good proxy for well-being. When a person has high levels of well-being at work, they almost always have high levels of engagement. It's also worthwhile to measure stress and causes of stress. So if a person is stressed at work, it's worthwhile knowing exactly what it is and where it's coming from. 2 key forms of stress. One is sort of pressure that you're experiencing at work, and the other is distress. And distress is things like anxiety and depression. So understanding the causes of stress and the nature of stress that people are experiencing can be very important for ensuring that well-being continues to prosper for neurodivergent employees and, of course, their colleagues. Occupational health and safety climate. The occupational health and safety climate of neurodivergent employees, that's where people believe that the workplace is set up for their well-being. And if you have a high level of safety climate, what that means is that people believe that the workplace is suited to them and protects their well-being. When it's low, it means that there's a problem. Clearly, people who are neurodivergent, but once more, other employees as well. That's worth knowing. Diversity climate. So we mentioned in earlier videos that this characteristic of diversity climate is the degree to which employees believe that the organisation is committed to diversity. And we know that when you have high levels of diversity climate, that makes it much more likely that any efforts of diversifying your recruitment processes or candidate attraction processes will succeed. So it's good to measure that before, during and after your diversification efforts in your recruitment and leadership processes take place. And finally, intention to leave. So intention to leave is kind of like an end game of all of the characteristics that we've mentioned in this engagement and wellbeing survey, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of like the proof positive of, is this working? If I intend to leave, well, demonstrably, unless I'm being tempted off to some great job somewhere else, demonstrably we've got a problem. And here's a QR code where you can find out more about our approach to measuring wellbeing and productivity. So using the mechanisms I've just described, it's possible once, twice a year to measure well-being across a workforce, and specifically if you want to target the question of the well-being of people who are neurodivergent, then you can do so, and do it at arm's length so that they are more likely to answer the questions openly if there's a question of trust or confidence. So these are the topics that we've covered in this series on neurodiversity, and if you're interested in finding out any more about these topics, then the videos are available, or you can come directly to SACS and we will help you. If you find this content helpful, then like and subscribe.